Dear English learners, hereafter we are beginning a new chapter. It's learning with activities. Here I am going to teach you the application of the three articles. We should remind some important points that we have learned to answer this section. First, we use a before words that begin with the consonant or consonant sound. We use an before the words that begin with the vowel. We use the when we talk about the things already mentioned. Just assume we are talking about something for the second time, and we use the before the objects considered to be unique. Take a few minutes and try to answer this. Let's look at the first example. My friends and I went on blank trip to another country. What is the suitable answer here? Now here, trip, a singular noun, and the word trip starts with the consonant. Also, the speaker hasn't mentioned it before. He's talking about it for the first time, and we don't know much about it. So, we cannot use the definite article. So, the answer is a trip. My friends and I went on a trip to another country. Blank country was very beautiful. Now, in this sentence, the speaker is talking about a specific country that he visited and the country that was mentioned previously. So, the answer is the. The rule is when we are talking about things that have been mentioned before, the answer should be the. The country was beautiful. It is blank island nation. Here we are introducing the fact it is an island nation for the first time. And also the word island starts with the vowel. Then the answer is an island nation. It took blank hours to reach the destination. Before a singular noun, we use a or an. If the singular noun begins with a consonant, we use a. If it is a vowel, we should use an. But here it is an exception. The word begins with the silent H and sounds like a vowel. So the answer is an hour. It took an hour to reach the destination. Blank, friend of mine used to live there for 5 months. Now here the speaker is talking about one friend. He has many friends. He is mentioning one. We don't know which one he is mentioning. Then the answer should be a, a friend. A friend of mine used to live there for 5 months. We visited blank place where we could relax and have blank nice chat. The speaker is not talking about a specific place and a particular place is mentioned for the first time. Moreover, the word place begins with the consonant. The answer should be a. We visited the place where we could relax and have blank nice chat. For the second space, the answer should be a because they had a casual talk and it's mentioned for the first time. We visited a place where we could relax and have a nice chat. I wanted to stay there, but I needed blank visa for that. Visa, singular noun. The correct answer is a visa. Not talking about a specific visa, so we can't use the here. But remember, using a or the depends on the context. I wanted to stay there, but I needed a visa for that. I had hoped to live in blank village and have blank simple life and get away from blank bustling streets. There is no specific village he is mentioning. The correct answer is a village and have blank simple life. The word simple life is singular. So the answer is a simple life. And get away from blank bustling street? The answer should be the, because the speaker is talking about a specific place. I had hoped to live in a village and have a simple life and get away from the bustling streets. Now let's read this again. My friends and I went on a trip to another country. The country was very beautiful. It is an island nation. It took an hour to reach the destination. A friend of mine used to live there for 5 months. We visited a place where we could relax and have a nice chat. I wanted to stay there, but I needed a visa for that. I had hoped to live in a village and have a simple life and get away from the bustling streets. Let's move on to the second one. Take a few minutes and try to answer this. There was blank actor who helped me to understand blank basic concepts of acting as blank job. The speaker doesn't give any specific details about the actor and he is mentioning him for the first time, and it is a singular noun that begins with a vowel. The correct answer is an actor. There was an actor who helped me to understand blank basic concepts of acting. Now here the speaker is talking about acting concepts. So the answer is the. There was an actor who helped me to understand the basic concepts of acting as blank job. Job is singular and countable. The answer should be a. There was an actor who helped me to understand the basic concepts of acting as a job. Blank actor also helped me to take acting classes. In the second sentence, the speaker is talking about the actor that he had already mentioned. Then the answer is the actor. The actor also helped me to take acting classes. Blank classes were conducted by one of blank famous institutions. Here the speaker is talking about acting classes and the word classes is plural. So the answer is the classes. The classes were conducted by one of blank famous institutions. The institution. This is plural. So the correct phrase is one of the. Then the correct answer is one of the famous institutions. Blank institution is blank prominent one in blank field. The speaker is talking about the previously mentioned institution. So the answer is the. The institution is a prominent one. We are talking about a particular field. So answer is the field. Now let's read this again. There was an actor who helped me to understand the basic concepts of acting as a job. The actor also helped me to take acting classes. The classes were conducted by one of the famous institutions. The institution is a prominent one in the field. Let's move on to the next example. I'll give you a few minutes to select answers. Now let's discuss this one. One day I went to blank school library to collect data for my experiment. Now what's the correct answer? The speaker is talking about a specific place. So the answer is the. One day I went to the school library to collect data for my experiment, but I couldn't get any. Then I sat there and started to look at all blank shelves. What is the correct answer? He looked at the shelves available at the library. The answer is the. Then I sat there and started to look at all the shelves. It gave me a blank interesting idea about library management. One idea, but an interesting one. Before a vowel, we use an. It gave me an interesting idea about library management. Then I check the feasibility of blank business idea. Now the speaker is talking about the business idea, so the answer should be the. Then I realize it is blank amazing business idea that I could turn into blank business. The word amazing begins with the vowel, so the answer is an. Then I realized it is an amazing business idea that I could turn into blank business. Business is a singular word. The answer is a. Then I realized it is an amazing business idea that I could turn into a business. That incident inspired me to become blank entrepreneur and start my own business. Entrepreneur, singular noun that starts with the vowel. The answer is an entrepreneur. That incident inspired me to become an entrepreneur and start my own business. Now let's read this again. One day I went to the school library to collect data for my experiment, but I couldn't get any. Then I sat there and started to look at all the shelves. It gave me an interesting idea about library management. Then I checked the feasibility of the business idea. Then I realized it is an amazing business idea that I could turn into a business. That incident inspired me to become an entrepreneur and start my own business. When I visited blank United States, I heard about blank Bermuda Triangle. We used the before United States, Earth, and Bermuda Triangle. And also we use the before objects considered to be unique. For example, the sky, the stars, and the horizon. Now we can write more answers. The word unique begin with the vowel, but we don't use an here. Why? Because U sounds like a consonant, not like a vowel. So the answer is a unique place. Blank man I met explained many details related to blank triangle. A stranger explained about the triangle and it is mentioned for the first time. So the answer is a man. The speaker is again talking about the triangle. So the answer is the. I was surprised by hearing all blank stories. Now here the speaker is talking about the Bermuda Triangle. So the stories are related to the triangle. So the answer is the. Normally we use the before the word best. We don't say best, we say the best. When I visited the United States, I heard about the Bermuda Triangle. Then I realized that the Earth is a unique place with many wonders. On this planet, there are many wonders such as the sky, the stars, and the horizon. A man I met explained many details related to the triangle. I was surprised by hearing all the stories. That was the best day of my life. Here in this video, I discuss 4 activities with you. I hope that it will help you to understand the use of the 3 articles in the relevant context. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel and support my effort. Thank you for watching.